Hi everybody and welcome to Golden Hour, a show about living your best life. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about kindness and the benefits to your health, and I'll tell you about a random act of kindness that I was the recipient of. So if you'd like to hear more about this, keep watching. Mother Teresa once said, "We can't do great things on this earth, only small things with great love." So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about kindness, random acts of kindness, how you benefit from it, and I'll tell you at the end about a random act of kindness that I was the recipient of. So first I'd like to talk to you about the benefits of kindness, and there are several, but I'm only going to touch base on a few. When we perform random acts of kindness, it elevates the neurotransmitter dopamine, which makes us feel better. It's like it gives us a natural high. The person that is receiving the act feels good. The person doing the act of kindness feels good. It has even been said that people that observe the act of kindness benefit from it. Performing a random act of kindness is also good for your heart health. Whenever you feel emotional warmth towards someone or something, your body produces more oxytocin. Oxytocin then releases nitric oxide, which opens up your blood vessels to the heart, thus lowering blood pressure. Random acts of kindness also slow down your aging. Inflammation in the body has been linked to so many diseases, and it's also been linked to aging. But oxytocin, which is produced when you feel that emotional warmth, lowers inflammation, thus slowing down aging and helping with other diseases. Another benefit of performing a random act of kindness is that it's contagious. You'll notice that when you see people acting kind towards others, it snowballs and other people join in. It's the whole pay it forward movement. When you see somebody paying for someone's coffee in front of you, it makes you want to do the same. And therefore, all these little random acts of kindness, they start to connect and the world is a better place. I perform random acts of kindness whenever I'm out and about with people. It can be as simple as letting someone take a parking space. It can be lending an ear to somebody that you meet that seems to need someone. It can be reaching for an item that's up high, which I have to do all the time when I'm grocery shopping for shorter people. It can be donating money. It can be buying someone a cup of coffee in line. It can be walking someone's dog, helping an elderly neighbor. There are so many ways to do this, and they don't all cost money. Some random acts of kindness are simply spending time. I go over this a little bit in my first video about finding joy, because spreading kindness does help you have a joyful life. But this is a little bit different. I'm always on the giving end. A couple of weeks ago, I was on the receiving end of a very generous random act of kindness. I was in Target and I had my debit card, which has been giving me problems with the chip, but it was still swipeable. And if it couldn't swipe, they could punch the numbers in. So I had been to one store, bought a couple items, they couldn't swipe it, they couldn't use the chip, but they had no problems punching the number in. And then I get to Target and I'm buying, a variety of things, some water, some cleaning supplies, a little bit of food, and I even bought myself a cute little snowman dish. Some of it was necessary, like the water, some of it I could have come back the next day to get. So I had tried, the chip at that point literally had fallen out of the hole. So I had tried to swipe it, it didn't work. And you have to insert it 3 times and then it'll let you swipe. None of that worked. So they started punching in the numbers and it wouldn't work. So they punched again, it wouldn't work. So they told me to call the bank. And I called Bank of America. Now, mind you, there wasn't anyone in line with me because I was in the electronics area to avoid the big lines out front. And the bank said to me, there's nothing we could do. Yes, your card should be working, and we can't do anything. You need to get the card replaced. And I knew there was a snowstorm coming the next day, and I had no other cards with me. So I emptied my carriage and I put my items, up there, and I said, okay, well, I'm not going to get any of this stuff. Thank you. I'm so sorry. And the guy that was looking at iPads came over and said, I'd like to pay for your stuff. And I said, no, it's okay. And he insisted, and I kept saying no. And I shouldn't have done that because I saw the look in his face. And he really just wanted to do this nice thing for me. He was a younger guy. It was really bringing him joy. And finally, he just reached over me and he gave the cashier his card and said, please, I want to buy this. And I said, how do I pay you back? And he just said, pay it forward. I had mixed feelings. I mean, the gentleman clearly got joy from giving that to me, and everyone around thought it was such a wonderful thing. And he left smiling. He left so quickly I didn't have time to give him a proper thank you. I said thank you, and he just ran off. I don't like to feel like I owe anyone. And then as the shock of someone doing a nice thing for me, because it almost never happens, especially a stranger, wore off, and I thought, wow, this guy just restored a lot of my faith in humanity, because I've seen so many people shoving each other, shopping and pushing and yelling and cursing in parking lots. And this younger man, maybe 35, went out of his way to help me. So on a spiritual level, it really raised me up. It raised my Christmas spirit, which I didn't have any, because with the exception of a couple days before Christmas, I spend most of my time alone with my dog. So I didn't have a lot of Christmas spirit, and that helped. And I was too proud to tell anyone else how bad I had been doing for the past couple of weeks. And that really helped me get through a week of not knowing how I was going to really get my groceries without not paying something else, because things are so tight. So it helped me spiritually. It helped me with the Christmas spirit. It restored my faith in humanity. It did wonders for me financially. And it was just a really amazing feeling. But as someone that's been on both sides of the fence, giving and receiving, I actually think I get more happiness and more joy out of being the person giving than out of receiving. The receiving left me a little weirded out in some ways. The giving brings me such a feeling of satisfaction. And but both are good, and he walked away feeling good, and he actually saved me. So I know he'll probably never see this video, but to the guy in Target that paid for my stuff that night, I am forever grateful, and I will be paying it forward very soon when things get a little bit better. So thank you so much. And for all of you out there, not just during the Christmas season, go out there and do something for someone. Shovel someone's snow, buy someone a coffee, lend an ear. We are all connected. It's our responsibility not to let anyone slip through the cracks. There are plenty of people out there that are sad and alone. And many times, I'm one of them, but I have the skills to pull myself up out of it. Some people don't. So go out there, spread some joy, make people smile, and I'll talk to you real soon. If this helped you in any way, share, like, comment, and go get your shine on.